Welcome back to the long dark. And as it is right now, it's still pretty damn dark. And it still sounds like the weather outside's pretty bad, so we'll go take a quick look outside and see if it's time to get going or if we're going to be waiting around here for a little while. Let's see how bright it is outside. How weathery it is. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. I don't feel the cold here, but let's see. Once I'm away from a windbreak, even away from the windbreak, I'm okay. Oh, that sounds like some ptarmigan again. I still want to try to catch another one. Have enough fluff to upgrade my where are you, little ptarmigan? Okay, you're around here someplace. See any motion? I still hear you. Oh, there. There you are. Now, the wolf's making noise, so it's nearby. That means it will smell the smell the dead ptarmigan on me. Might as well search for some acorns. I don't want to deal with this right now. We'll head over here. And now we will harvest our friend the ptarmigan. Nine minutes for the meat. And 2 hours for the fluff. Now, I know it takes a while to pluck something, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't take quite that long. Right now, we'll take care of a couple of those bannocks. Have a bit of a drinky. I'll eat those in a little bit. But get enough firewood to see if we can cook. Who knows? We might even be able to make some broth. We got enough salt. I got ptarmigan meat, and I got water. That's everything I need to make it. Now I just have to hope that I have enough cooking and enough of everything to do it.
Well, that didn't work.
Let's try that again. Cattail head, fire striker. We'll use the stick first. That'll make it easier, at least as far as starting the fire. Now, I do like the big cast iron stoves that they have in this. They are something that you'd actually put in some place that was out of the way, that you had to use firewood or coal or something to cook with. The little pot-bellied stoves are also good, but you don't find those pot-bellied stoves nearly as often. Let's see. So we can make some porridge. We can make some ptarmigan stew. But I can't make broth. I just don't have enough water. But you know what? What does ptarmigan stew give me? It gives me a headache or fatigue. Oh, that's right. Ptarmigan stew is good to help you go to sleep. So, you know what? We'll make a ptarmigan stew. Hour and 36. Wow. Good thing I did it when I did. Couldn't have done it later. We'll just throw something in here to cook. Get those pinnacle peaches out of the way. Those things... The pinnacle peaches are pretty good, other than the fact that they weigh a lot for what you're getting out of them. The fact that you can cook them, make them warm, and warm yourself up is a good bonus, but it's still heavy stuff. You get just as many calories when you take the pork and beans. Actually, you get more, but you get thirsty off of that. But with this much snow around, you're not really worrying about water. There's a lot of things you are worried about. Water's not one of them. And I should have thrown the rest of the ptarmigan on. I wonder if I have enough time to cook it. 15 minutes, 5 minutes will cook. Both of my books. Actually, that's a good question. Both of those books are already gone, so I can just throw those both in there. Cook. The rest of that gave me ptarmigan. Eat that. And my cooking is now 3. Let's see what cooking 3 gives me. It's in here. Skill, cooking 3. Plus 15% from calories. No calorie loss when opening cans. Cooking time is reduced. That no calorie loss when smashing cans. It's kind of useful, but at the same time, by the time you get it, you've probably already found a can opener or a knife or something. Carcass harvesting, always get more, better. How heavy am I now? 38 out of 35 kilograms. I need to drop 3 kilos. What can I drop to take away 3 kilos? Well, I can drop that for first. Let's see, what's heaviest? I've got a lot of water, got a lot of that. Not bring that along. That'll be good. I find oil all over the place. And while it's big on taking care of that. Let's see. Any clothing that I don't... Nope. All my clothing I can carry. Prepared birch bark, bandages, burdock, root. Now that stuff's too heavy. What do I got in here? Not too much, actually. You just have to face that I'm running around slightly overweight and can't really do much about it. Does anything really need repairing right now? Not enough. Well, got nearly a full magazine. It's foggy now, which is honestly, the fog is good in a lot of ways. Generally, when you get fog in someplace that's really cold and snowy, the fog actually helps keep it just a little bit warmer. It's also good because right now I don't have any heavy wind. Don't seem to have any wind at all. The fog would disperse away too quickly. So for now, we're going to head back to the train station, figure out if there's any, or not the train station, the maintenance yard. See if there's anything left there that we can use. Break down some boxes, see what's in them. Maybe go to the hunting blind to see if there's any more ammo. Make sure that it's not a bunch of wolves on the way there, because if I have to use 4 rounds to get 2, it's a net loss for me. Now, I'm still playing this like, oh, I was going to try to escape, because you're not going to think about, oh, I'm going to stay out here in the middle of nowhere all on my own. You're generally going to be like, I'm stuck out here all on my own. I need to go somewhere where there are people. People I can trade with, I can work with. People who I can trust to, do some of the things while I do some of the others. And this should be me. Yep, there is the... There is the fence. Oh, you're right there. Oh, well, looks like they're coming after me anyway. Might as well go to the hunting blind and see if I can get anything useful there. I know there's more. This is the one thing I hate about anything that's in first-person perspective. You don't have anything that allows you to really have a good... that give you good peripheral vision. But yet you need your peripheral vision a lot. And this is absolutely empty. I didn't hit him. Oh well, I'm still 3 rounds up from when I started out here. Please don't have any... No, I don't have any. This is one of those times when having that revolver would be nice, because, in all honesty, that .357 revolver would be fine dealing with a wolf. You would be able to. This is the one thing I do dislike about the long dark. There's no way to orient when you're at reduced visibility. Right. Okay. Apply that. We'll deal with the pain. And we're back at the yard. I do like how they have the yard set up. Even though there are a few things. I thought I took care of the wolves out in front. Oh well. I'm inside. I'm good for the time being. We'll break down some crates, see what we can find. Car battery.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Yeah, it is a lot of gear. But, you know, you're traveling across an area that is might as well. As it is would probably be considered Arctic or subarctic in what equates to winter. You're gonna be cold. Let's see. So we're here. We're gonna have a bunch of that. You don't really need all that weight. Now, from playing before, seem to remember that up here, behind one of these, is actually something good. Oh, wow. Military grade MRE. No. No, that's not a military grade MRE. That is civilian grade MRE. How do I know? Because it's 1,800 calories. Most military grade MREs are between 2,500 and 3,000 calories. When you're dealing with having to with combat, you need a lot, and no military MRE I've seen actually goes below that 2,500 mark. Okay, I'm not going to keep breaking stuff open in the middle of the night simply because I want to move quickly. Because that means wasting fuel or something. We'll do that here. Inventory. Another 8.5 pounds worth of acorn grounds, making coffee. Well, I mean, revised hand wraps, prepared acorns. Since we can do it anywhere, we'll do that. Oh, I just saw that. That one soda was, yeah, almost empty. Put that out of the way. Now we'll drink some water. .84%, not even as good as the last one. We'll drop that. The little ear flap is kind of funny. I mean, it looks right, but I've never seen a design like that. Now, it could just be because I live in California, and most of the time it barely gets cold enough to, you know, to frost over things, much less, give me enough snow that I need to wear something to cover my ears. Um, there are a lot of times when I see designs and I'm like, why does it look like that? And I should have had my stew. Let's drink that and see how well is that stew doing. Okay, 63%. I can afford to keep it one more day. We'll get rid of that. We'll save those. Let's see. We want something. I got enough food that I can get rid of that. That weighs a bunch, but it is a whole lot of calories, which is good. I probably don't need 2 things of coffee. I should sort this by A to Z. See what else I have here. That I can cook up. I make something that'll keep me warm. I have a thing of salt, which I honestly don't use because I don't have any. Didn't have enough. Well, I had enough ptarmigan to do that. I've got more revolver ammunition, which I don't need. I got 2 sewing kits, 2 whetstones. Let's use up one of those whetstones. Get this thing a little more sharpened. Although, again, the amount of time it takes to sharpen this is just kind of silly. You can sharpen something that's dead dull to razor sharpness in about 40 minutes if you're decent. If you're good, you can do it in about 10, 15. Through a friend, I met this one guy at a farmer's market, and you could give him the dullest knife in the world, and he was using an electric sander to do this, but he would then just use that electric sander. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes here, and that thing was sharp as heck. Do I want to try to do anything else here? In all honesty, that MRE is gonna save me a bunch. What I really need to see now is, what's it look like outside? Can I see yet? Nope. Let's go back inside. Kill another hour or 2. I don't have a book. You know what? Now we'll do some repairs. We'll repair the work pants first. Those things have a lot more effect on how hot and cold we are. The military could, if it's above 90%, I really don't need to play with it. Actually, let's see. What do I got here? Actions. Refuel the lantern, which is good. I've got 2 arrowheads, but no arrows to do. Fire hardened arrows. The bow's okay. No hooks. Ptarmigan. Oh, that's right, the ptarmigan. I think I have more ptarmigan down. Over here. In one of these. This one. And a cured gut, which I'm not going to be using for anything. More, those are prepared acorns. Those need to be cooked. Let's see, do I have enough improved insulation. That'll... Bearskin bedroll. Improvised knife. Improvised down bedroll. Really? I need even more down. Well, I'll bring it with me. If I can get it out there, that's going to be fine too. This is always interesting because it looks like you're just making a girdle, stuffing it with down, and turning it into something to keep you warm. Which, I mean, for keeping your core temperature up, probably would work. I don't know if it's the best idea. Let's see. I got the prepared birch bark already. I'm at cooking 3, so it's only stews in the pot? Wait, that's not right. Broth, porridge, and stews. Broth needs, a lot of ptarmigan meat and a lot of water. And you get not a lot back. You get, 5 broth maybe, which would be half a kilogram. You're throwing in over 2.5 kilograms worth of meat and water. Oh man, that's a really wasteful recipe. Pancakes, bannocks. Oh, I can start making the pies. Flour, cooking oil, venison, rosehip, rabbit. Max carry weight. Max carry weight. Max carry weight. Oh. 1 thing of Pinnacle peaches. This one's good for fatigue, but gives you a headache. And then no can recipes yet. Well, that's the exit, so I'll find that on my way out. I'll bring this along in case I forget another ptarmigan. Okay, well, let's... We'll head out in here. I'm less likely to run into a wolf while I'm in this place. I have already gone through this area, I think. Yeah, sure looks like it. I know there are wolves around. All right. Let's get out of here. Oh, I don't mind looking around. The wolves are just very ready to chase me around. Oh, I must have shot one here last time. Four rounds left. Hopefully we'll find something new or find a revolver with some actual ammo with it. Now, if you're ever stuck in a place where, you're going to be traveling and you bring a pistol along, remember, just having that pistol is probably going to help a lot. I know there are some exceptions to that rule. A lot of the exceptions deal with rather larger things. Things like bears, things like moose. Anything that is really massive, having a pistol doesn't necessarily mean you're going to stop it. But if you're not too close to it and you fire it off and it's that really loud noise, they'll probably just vacate because they don't like loud noises any more than anybody else. And generally that means a storm's coming or something bad's about to happen. And so they're going to, by instinct, want to get away. Okay, let's see. Another truck. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. Ooh, one rifle cartridge. Even a singular rifle cartridge is pretty good for around here. More cartridges. Ooh, a plastic container with nothing in it. A first aid kit.
I could use this.
With a sewing kit in it. Now, having a sewing kit in first aid isn't as weird as one might think. Oh, this is going to be one of those things. Oh, well, this isn't nearly as bad. Lots of broken wood, and let's see, here we go.
Hope I can still eat this.
I do like that they have the train rail gear that train workers trucks have, where they lock it down so that you can move along the rails without
I'm not
issue.
sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, we're sure you can't carry much more either. But a lot of it's food, and food, you can change the weight on that really, really simply by having something to eat. Which is actually a good point to remember. If there's anything you're going to overpack on something to eat. If it gets too heavy and you don't know when you're going to be able to eat next, eat something. As long as you actually have supplies, you shouldn't, especially with water, you shouldn't try to withhold it, to ration it. I know people think, oh yeah, you should be rationing your like if you're in the desert, you should ration your water. No, you lose water so fast in the desert, you shouldn't be. Probably ever. You should be like, okay, I'm getting kind of thirsty, time to drink. I mean, it's not just the fact that, you're getting thirsty, but it's not good for your urethra and your bladder and all these other things to not have enough water to flush it out. There was one thing I keep forgetting to talk about. The kind of food you're carrying. So in this, you have some canned food that you're carrying, which is, useful when it is, when you want food that is survivable, that will keep. But one thing that they don't have in here, which is a backpacker's staple, is freeze-dried food. Now,
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
freeze-dried food's interesting because you need water to cook it. Specifically, you need boiling water to cook it. That's it. And quite honestly, freeze-dried food is light. It keeps for years, and it's very it's easily portable, and you can buy it. Honestly, you can buy it at sporting goods stores. For basically, you're buying backpackers meals. There's a bunch of different companies that make this stuff. You can look around. Oh, let's look in here real quickly. Maybe there'll be something good. An office. as quick as we can.
Excellent.
Okay, middle of the day. Grab the cardboard matches.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
No, you can't. You can eat some of it when you get hungry, which is actually right about now. Oh, a torch. Probably a pretty good torch. You know what? Let's not use up our... Not use up our limited oil. If we find a... Oh, that's right. This is the way through. Oh, and this torch, as you can see, the illumination isn't all that great, but we're actually holding it in front of ourselves. Generally speaking, if you are... Oh. I could go down there. That does not seem like a good idea. So we'll kind of hurry up. Holding a torch like this where it's in front of your eyesight, it basically is you going, hi, I'm going to kill all of my night vision. And hence, you know, not being able to see very far with the torch. You're now only being able to see as far as the torch's illumination allows you. Whereas, honestly, what you should have is somebody behind you with a torch and have them providing light. And because they're behind you and the light sight, and you're not looking directly at a burning torch, you can see a lot further because your eyes will still be able to adapt better to the dark. I don't need a new pry bar. We'll put that out for the time being. I do love the art in this game. It's very stylized, but it's still gorgeous. And you can see, oh yeah, this is exactly what you'd expect it to look like. And now... miner's flashlight, old-fashioned parka, climbing rope. Well, we'll get the climbing rope. I saw this as I walked up. You can deploy the rope here. And I'm too encumbered to climb. How am I doing on weight? 36. Oh, that's better. Probably don't need the parka. Let's get ourselves fully caloric. Might as well for the long drop down. 36 by 13. That's a little over 1 kilo. What can we do next? If we start having trouble, I can drink that, so I'm not dropping it. I'll keep the 3 good arrows and drop the 3 non-good arrows. Rifle ammo should go in to the rifle if I don't have enough, if I don't have a full magazine. But it's not going to change my weight any. don't need this many matches. $24. All right. I can't go over there. Can't go there. So time to go down. Are you serious? Wait! Wait, what the heck? I shot him. There's the damn blood splatter. How is he not... How did he keep going? Let's see. Not this. Let's see this. I got lacerated. Okay, I am uninjured as such. Check the clothing real quick. Nothing's really badly damaged. Let's get going. I hope that wolf dies. If for no other reason, yep, it's a cave. Which means the other end should be farther along where I want to go. That is one thing that I do kind of like about the Long Dark and their level design. They make it relatively obvious if you're going slow and paying attention which way they want you to go. It's not perfect, but you can do it. No. And then I forgot that I had a torch. I could have always tossed it if I needed more, if I need to lose more weight. You look like you fell.
Thank goodness.
Buddy. Yeah, you found a sinkhole and you fell down. Now, I guess the question is, did he fall down, kill himself? Did he just fall down, get knocked unconscious, and then find out that, and then freeze to death while he was stuck down here? Because getting knocked unconscious in the cold is not good for you. It could very well end up with you being... No, wait, I already did that. I need to go this way. Because most of our thermal regulation, our body does automatically until it gets to a certain degree of cold. Then you have to do things to take care of your thermal regulation, whether it be warmer clothes, making a fire, seeking shelter. All these things are the things that keep you alive, and all these things are, well, active things you have to do in order to survive. If you get knocked out in a tropical area, then unless there's wild animals that are going to eat you, or you're on the beach and you're going to drown, you're pretty much safe while you're unconscious. You know, something in the environment has to come up and cause a problem, as opposed to
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
As opposed to in the cold, where just being outside would make you cold. We'll grab the flare. Oh, good. We're out back by the line. Guess that thing spiraled up a lot. Yeah. Again, I like the retaining wall design. You actually, I mean, I've actually seen retaining walls built almost exactly like that before. Going up like to the Sierras and stuff. Things just to keep the snow back or to keep the, well, in this case, the side of the cliff face from tumbling too much. Given how high it is, I don't know how much that's going to help. Because either being in a canyon like this, it's either going to keep you pretty safe from a whole bunch of extra snow, or it's going to pile in. And if it piles in, you're kind of stuck. But here, just moving along. More flowing water. Oh. That's something different. This is the first time you actually come across a river that's flowing. The only flowing water you normally find in this game is off on the coast where you have the ocean. And even then you've got an ice sheet going out to it. Oh, let's see what we got in here. Newsprint, newsprint. Grab one just in case I need more coal. Newsprint for tinder. And as we keep going, I'm guessing that this was once this is a natural formation. That kind of square shape you generally don't see in construction. If you're building any kind of tunnel, you're generally going to make a big arch so that the weight is more distributed out to the sides, and you're less likely for a cave-in, which means that this has probably been here for probably for centuries. And they went, "Oh look, here's a way through the mountains. We don't have to dig and blast. We'll go through here." Now, depending upon how hot and cold you were, something like this might be a great place to shelter. Especially if there was a blizzard or something. It's going to cut wind on at least one side. This is a big ore carrier, so that's not going to be the best. But like one of those freight cars under here, you open up the side, get in, close it most of the way, and you're actually in a pretty good place to wait out a storm. After too long, it would probably become worse and worse. Mostly because when you're in a closed box like that, you really can't start a fire without some kind of exit hole. Now, some of them will have a ventilator on the top. If they have a ventilator on the top, you might be able to get a small fire going, but a big burning bonfire is not recommended, just because you don't know how much air that thing is going to let out. Following the train tracks. Nice thing about the train tracks, not that I recommend it, but in worst case, as long as there's not like a lot of snow on them, you can pretty much walk by braille. You know where the if you know where one of the rails are, you can follow that, regardless of light situation or anything else. If you're trying to find your way in the dark and you find the rails, save your flashlight, follow the rails. If you hear something or you think you see something, you turn on the flashlight long enough to look and then keep going. But otherwise, I mean, you've basically got places to set your foot. You got something to guide you. As long as you don't pick up your feet too much, you're not going to veer off. You're gonna find the rail first. Again, going back to that, follow the road, follow the trails, follow the lines, follow the rivers. We always try to follow something, just because we all follow those kind of things we all should follow those kind of things when we're lost. Well, we're at the transfer pass. I can probably get my butt to the rail station there, which will make a good place to stop. It's about midday by the time I get there. Let's get rid of some of these crackers. And then some water. Oh, I'm out of water. I have some sodas, so I should be okay until I get to someplace I can cook. But in the meantime, these tempered flat cars. That is an interesting name for what we've got here. There, more firewood. Well, I'll probably need that firewood when I get to the station. Acorns. Now you notice that whenever you get the acorns in this game, you have to then process them. There are actually quite a few different kinds of nuts that you don't realize you have to process. One that I always remember is my grandfather. They had a big walnut tree in their backyard, and he would process the walnuts. So he'd have to scoop them up. He'd have to leave them on a drying tray for, I don't know, at least a couple of weeks. I'd have to look it back up until the outer rind kind of dried off. Then they were okay to eat. Honestly, this happened when I was a kid, and I only sort of remember how it all worked. But I didn't really like walnuts back in the day, so it was not something I normally ate anyway, so I didn't care as much. I mean, I like walnuts well enough right now, so now that I actually would be like, oh, hey, that is interesting. My grandfather's, long gone. He died of old age a long time ago. But that looks to be my stop point. Yeah, we're working on it. that looks to be my stop point for the day. I could try to go farther, but this is one of those ones where, yeah, no, it's probably not all that smart to go any farther. I may drop some stuff and go check out the Kohler and see if there's anything in that. I will at the very least check out these cars first. Nothing in there. Nothing there.
What have we here?
A couple bandages. I should remember. I used to like to open hoods to make sure that I knew that, oh, yep, I've been in here. I checked underneath the hood. There's metal in the back. I'll see if I have anything that needs repairing. Check the trunk. I find it interesting that we're breaking into trunks. If you can get into the car, most of the time, at least on modern cars, you can just use the release that's generally by the driver's seat to open up your trunk. But you know, that's just a little thing. It's not a oh my god, it's so. It's so, immersion breaking or anything. It's just, yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so we got newsprint books.
This stuff will come in handy.
I don't need a dress shirt. Well, I find dress shirts hot and uncomfortable. That's generally when I'm at formal events because of the collar. They are not, in fact, warm. Yep, you get the toilet water out of here. You shouldn't be able to unless there was water in the bowl. If there's water in the bowl, I don't think I'd want to anyway. Alright, let's drop a few things. Oh wow, I am tired. Okay, yeah, we'll go and do stuff tomorrow. Gonna need some water, gonna need... grab a couple books. Oh, another suitcase and some water. So we'll be... I'll do this because game mechanics allow me to do so. But not something I would have done in real life. We'll get a fire going. Oh. We'll get it going nice and good, and we'll start fixing stuff.
Come on. Damn it.
Oh. If that's the case, then I need to go to here. I'm going to make some tinder plow. Well, so we'll get the fire going, we'll do some cooking, we'll go to sleep, and in the morning, hopefully it'll be the last day of our run to the airport. Now, when we get to the airport, I am
That
going
did
to
it.
look around there. But I'm probably going to end this particular series not too far in from there. To which I will be starting something else. So I guess the question is, if any of you are, still watching this and realizing I left my pot back there. Right. I was dumb. I was so very dumb. Oh well. Let's yeah, I can do the prepared acorns. We'll heat up the stew. We'll make some water. And if any of you out there were looking at me going, dude, you forgot your pot. Well, yeah, I did. We'll have to be some tinder plugs for cooking. Delete that up.
I'd lay down right here if I thought I'd ever wake up again.
Cook some more water. And we'll fill that up. And after this, we will call it a night. We'll get to sleep. In the morning, we will set our sights on making it to the airport. I'd like to thank you all for joining me, and hope you enjoyed yourself, and hope you have a good night. Thank you and goodbye.